Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are in Odyssey Momentum land. We're here in Groningen. The sun is shining, the sky is blue, and we're ready to get on with the finale for a pretty special track.
Generation Now.
Generation Now. This is, this was the first time we've ever done Momentum.
Yeah.
But this is also another experiment on an experiment, and that is the Generation Now. And Rutger, I know from the previous hackathons this was important to get in. Why? What is Generation Now? What does it mean? Generation
Now is the future. Yeah, got you there, especially after such a weekend. No, we are trying to find a way to become the most, let's say, open program and environment in the world where people, anyone, can take their ideas or their challenges and turn them into solutions through collaboration. And I'm always inspired by the ideas you get from the, let's say, unusual suspects.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I think at some point we said, okay, how can we bring younger people in, let's say from 8 to 18, especially the people who cannot usually participate in the process of finding tangible solutions in collaboration with the big companies, with governments, regulators, universities, etc. And if you flip that the other way around, why aren't these organizations working with these people?
Because they
are super creative, they have a very fresh mind, they look at the world from a very different perspective.
They haven't been poisoned with decades of experience that leads you to say, oh, that will never work.
Exactly, and they understand a lot of things a lot better than, let's say, adults.
That we give them credit for as well.
So yeah, I really believe in a society where people who are at school are not kept there and kept, let's say, at the sidelines of how we shape our society.
Yeah, or you can join in later when you're big enough, old enough, smart enough.
What we have determined for you. So the paradigm I think we have to break is that we, or let's say adults, think about things continuously that the others, let's say the younger people, have to do, and what we think is best for them.
Yeah.
I think they have some ideas on the things to do that would actually be better for us.
Yeah,
so how can we flip that around? How can we break through that paradigm? And this is an experiment to look for answers and new questions. Absolutely. In that regard.
And so for those who are just joining in after our lunchtime break, we're here at Odyssey Momentum headquarters in Groningen, and we're about to, we're in the finale for Generation Now. Generation Now is a special track for more reasons that I'll go into in a moment, and Rutger has just explained. But I'm also here with some guests. We have a whole bunch of Generation Now team members joining us, waiting to get in this call, and I guess they're all a bit nervous for whether they have won or not. But I noticed there is something missing from this finale compared to the other ones, and that is a challenge lead, because every other challenge has a challenge lead, but Generation Now is not the challenge itself, right?
True.
So why is there no challenge lead here?
So what we said, okay, we have for this first time, let's take the challenges that are coming from the big companies and the governments.
The other challenges in the program.
Exactly. So 20 challenges to pick and choose from.
Yeah.
Let's see what the young ones want to work on, so to say, right?
Yeah.
And and that's also part of the experiment is, it doesn't matter what the challenge is, as long as you're interested.
Well, if they find it important enough, if
Exactly.
I shouldn't talk about them, they're here in the call.
Exactly.
If you found it important enough, then why would we, and again, this is exactly what Rutger is talking about, tell you what you should work on? Why would we make up some fake project? No, this is about real life. This is about actual collaboration. So I'm super excited to hear what some of you have been up to. I'd like, actually, unusually compared to all of the others, to talk about all 4 of the teams.
Yes.
And in my list, we have the Groningen Schoolvereniging as the first, but they have a technical issue with their microphone. I'm going to give them one last try. Did it get fixed, or are you still in quiet mode? No. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Luckily, I've been given a spreadsheet of information because we know everything. So I can explain to the world a little bit about what you were working on. And if I remember, or if I read correctly, you were working with the Conscious Cities track. Is that correct? Yes. Okay. And actually, in the Conscious Cities finale, it was mention of I believe it was a robot from team a project BB. Does this make sense? Am I talking about the right stuff? Yes, there we go. Mm-hmm. And it's a robot that needs that can, through all sorts of smart technology, walk or move across the beach, look for trash and litter, and specifically the ends of used cigarettes, and collect them up. Is that correct? Yes. And then on top of that, there was a gaming element that was built, and that was where you focused, testing that game, right? Yeah, great. I love it. See?
And did the game work? Practical guy there. Yeah,
and did it work first time, or did you manage to break it and give some feedback? Let's say, did you? This is really hard. Did you manage to break it? A little bit. A little bit. Okay, that's good. And did you manage to give some really good feedback on how it could be made better?
Yeah, nice.
Look at the smiles as well. I'm not going to leave you with too much more pain with those technology issues, but there's no challenge lead, but of course there was a jury, and that was populated by some folks from Deloitte and the Software Improvement Group. Mm-hmm. And what they actually did was gave us some feedback for every team. So we'd like to share some of that with you now.
Yep.
And Rutger, I'm going to ask you if you'd be so kind to do that.
Yes, I have it here. So for the team from Groningen Scholenvereniging, top was the enthusiasm to learn new things and develop themselves. So that's you. And very mature communication. I think that's also very cool. I think we're doing quite well with the mics turned off. So I can understand what the jury means. And what they were wondering is, because they say it was great to see you bring such an amount of enthusiasm, and great that you wanted to learn, and would you like to come back with more of your friends in a new version, so to say, in a new round?
Look at that.
That was the jury question for you, and I think you can be incredibly proud, because they were really, really impressed with what you did together, especially working with another team, because a lot of the grown-up teams don't manage even to do that, to collaborate this intensively with another team. And this one even, I mean, it works with robots and everything. So yes, you can be. I am at least very proud of you all, and I'm very, very impressed that you managed to succeed in this. Well done.
Alrighty, good job, GSV. Let's roll on to the next team, and I'm just going to go in the order they are on my document, and that is Team Lifesavers. If I remember rightly, that is young Madeline there. Greetings.
Hi, hello. Yeah, we're Team Lifesavers.
Fabulous. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. Could you tell us what you as a team did this weekend?
Well, actually, Cez can explain really well because she studied to say this. So if I can, I will switch over to Cez if that's okay.
That's perfectly okay with me.
Yes.
Hello. So we worked with safety and security with that adult team. And we started by interviewing all our different adult teams. We asked them what their ideas were. And then we divided their ideas into so it's basically when an incident happens, how the community can be more involved with the incident. So we divided it into pre, middle, during the incident, and post. So pre is like how you can prevent an incident from happening. During is how you can work quicker during the accident, right after the accident happened. And post is how you can analyze the accident and then improve for next time so that it doesn't happen again. And so we first divided their ideas into those categories, and then we chose what we wanted to use from their ideas, how we wanted to combine it into ours, and where we wanted to put ours. So we decided to do something for preventing the problem from even happening. And we created a platform where youth between the ages of 18 and 28 can learn about preventing all sorts of accidents.
Wow.
Wow.
Was there any coding being done in your team? No, you.
A demo app, but we never actually coded anything together.
Okay. But
Okay.
you did have a mock-up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
And Stefan out here is making all sorts of funny gang symbols at me, but I think what he's trying to say is collaboration. Is that yes? Tell us a little bit about the collaboration. I mean, you got to work with the police, right?
Mm-hmm.
How was that?
That was really cool. We talked to Sander, the team leader, about what the problem was, what his biggest problem was, what he wanted us to solve. And then with that, we used it. And when Corona's over, we're allowed to go to the dispatch center here and go see how it is there. So that will be fun.
Wow, I'm actually genuinely jealous of that because there's probably no way they would let me in.
Really good.
Rutger, you've got some feedback there from the jury.
Real quickly, I think let me see what's here. You guys, persuasive storytelling. Well, I can tell you, your pitch is really, really good. So yes, that's right. I can definitely recognize that. And the data collection and presentation to support the problem statement. So that interviewing that you did, that's really well done. I think that also got you a lot of wows, right? So well done on that. And actually, what I hear as well is that you were pretty, let's say, effective on goal setting. So what you wanted to achieve together. I think that's also a really good one. For the next time, as the jury says here, is you might also want to think about how people will use such a new idea, such an app or platform, as you call it, in their lives while they are also using all kinds of other apps. So that's part of the feedback from the jury. But again, really impressive. I got to see some of your videos on how the atmosphere was with your team. That must have been very good together. So congratulations on that. Well done.
Thank you.
Fabulous. Let's keep moving right on. Which team have we got next? We've got
Senate.
The Senate.
Ooh.
Now
they memed the beep out of you, man.
Didn't they just? Who from the Senate is in this call? And Des.
Hi.
There we go. It looks like it's going to be Aiden. Welcome. Thank you so much for memeing me, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I can take it. I think you figured that out already. I found it hilarious. Right up until the point I kept bumping into it over and over and over. Then it got a bit creepy, but that's not your fault. That's everybody else.
I think you know Rick.
Yeah, Rick.
Rick,
that rings a bell. Did he give me a high five or 10,000?
Yeah.
Yeah. you guys are actually pretty close here to Groningen, right? You're in Roden.
Yes.
And my notes tell me you connected to the health challenge. Can you tell us a bit about what you were working on this weekend?
So we are trying to take pressure off the ERs and get the best possible care for the patients. So a lot of important data should be get to the emergency services as fast as possible. So we are trying to create an online mandate to access the patient data as fast as possible, and then further improve and make an efficient acute care network.
Fabulous, and we've already done the finale for Acute Care Network, so if you're watching this live, you can go find it later. If you're watching this in the future, it will be online as well.
Yeah.
Because we had a really great conversation, and I wish we could repeat all of it now, but this is so important. This is literally saving lives.
True. So I'm curious, what did you actually build together?
So we didn't really build something, but we connected a lot of our teams and Jedis to really evolve our ideas and make it actually work. Cool. So that when we make a prototype, we are already at the point who's ready to start, and we would like to do other levels.
So what was there like one thing where you said, wow, I didn't know that, it's great that we were able to talk to these experts and now we have a different way of thinking about it?
So we connected really with team Conduction from SSI and Wavy from Acute Care, and they really gave us new insights on how to really do things, and we really changed our ideas with them.
Cool.
Good to know. And of course, Rutger, you have some feedback, I'm sure.
Yes.
I say I'm sure, like I don't know, because I'm looking at the same screen Rutger is.
Problem statement, very well established and relevant with our lives. The stakeholders in the domain were captured, so to say, here, but I can imagine what they mean by that.
Yep, captivated probably.
Yeah.
Kidnapped.
But, well, I mean, very good that you managed to work together with not just a team from the identity track, but also from the healthcare track. I think that's really where you can get magic done, and of course the scope of the kind of solutions they bring challenges as it's not easy, right? It's so identity is complex and healthcare is complex. So you're making this mashup, which has also a certain level of complexity, just to put it mildly. So they say also, okay, if you're going to the next step, think of how can you make the next step a really tiny part of the bigger vision that you have. And let's say, what can you define as, okay, let's try this first. And so with the KLM cargo track, they said, okay, let's first try it in a small setting with the TVM track.
We just want 2 participants.
Exactly.
That's how.
So that's really how can you take it, bring it back. Not of course first you want to think big, but then when you start moving forward, you start as small as possible, and when you have that, then you can move forward. So that was also a tip from the jury.
Fabulous. Aidan, thanks so much. We'll move on to the, I think, final team in this, and that is the team of 16s. And your team name, who do we have here from 16s?
Yeah. Good afternoon.
There we go. We have spoken before, haven't we?
Yes, we have.
Would you like to let or remind people when and how we did that?
Well, you have just visited us on the live stream, one of live streams. Actually, yeah, that was a huge experience because we had just like 20 questions right after you have visited us. So yeah, that was fabulous.
Brilliant. And I see
nice pillow.
I was going to say, I see what looks like a rugby ball or a cushion behind you. That is just a little bit of pride going on there, I think. So good job for representing there. Tell us, you connected to the challenge that revolved around plastic. What were you up to this weekend?
Well, yeah, we worked on plastic pollution. Actually, the challenge's name is Plastic Pollution to Upcycling Economy. So we worked with another teams from OSCMP Destructive Systems, and I think that was quite productive. And these 49 hours, we spoke a lot with Jedis, with team leads, so with many people, and they gave us so much info, so that we can maybe improve our projects for a couple of months, if not years, I think.
Wow, that's really great
Cool.
to hear. And
Nice.
if I remember rightly, you were trying to or wanting to help incentivize people to recycle plastic, right? How can we stop people just throwing it away and forgetting about it, but actually get it back into the system? Is that right?
Oh, well, yeah, we were working on an app, actually. It works like we want to encourage people to not to just throw plastic away, but to collect it and to give it to fundamentals, where and other people who can invest in installing fundamentals, they can collect it and then sell or get it to the recycling factories. And then it just works. We have counted the numbers. So if we collect plastic just instantly and continuously, these fundamentals can become profitable in 5.5 years. So that's quite promising.
Fabulous. Great to hear that.
Yeah.
You've got some tops and some tips.
Yep. First the tops, and it begins already with what we're ending with here. The financial feasibility of the proposal was investigated.
Yeah,
So
what is the business case behind this? That's, I mean, wow.
taking in plastics and then selling it to people who want it. But I think it's very, very impressive that you already started working on that during the weekend. It's an important part of can you actually do such a thing? Of course, it's not something you want to how do you say it? It's just something you want to take with you, but in such a early stage, it's also not something that should hold you back from having any ideas, because if I've learned a thing or two about putting numbers on papers and in Excel, you can make anything you want add up in there.
And that doesn't mean you can achieve it or not.
Exactly.
When I used to work in supply chain, we had a saying that there are two types of forecasting, and that is lucky ones and wrong ones. There is no such thing as a correct forecast.
I haven't seen them really before. The problem statement is actually touching something that was not addressed before in a detailed way. So I think it's very nice that you were able to look at what are the teams in this challenge building, and then have an additional idea and start building that yourself. And I think that's also where one of the tips comes from. Then it is also interesting to see, to look at how would your solution go together with the existing infrastructure, with the solutions that are already there. How can you connect it to what is already there, so you can also get ideas about, okay, how can people actually start using this, and what is the impact on what they're already using. And then of course, you also might want to have a look at how such a solution could work for other materials, or in other countries where there is not much plastics to get away from or to get rid of, but other resources, for example.
Exactly, and that was a bit of a mind shift for me as well, because of course I I'm not Dutch, but I live here, so I've got a kind of Dutch perspective on things. I was kind of like, oh yeah, you've made me realize that it's not like this all over the world, and that the different countries are at different levels of taking care of this kind of problem.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but if you can do it together with such a thing, then it's even better.
exactly.
So really, really well done. Hats off. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, good job.
Thank you.
Great. So that's it. We're done for the finale. Oh no, wait. We probably should announce that there is a winner, according to the jury.
Yes.
But nobody is a loser, right?
Nope, because they all win something. They have already won something.
Well, I mean, on a philosophical level, I think you're all winners because
Yeah, big time.
you spent your free time, and not just this weekend, time preparing and getting ready to come and work on this stuff and get involved and try to create a better future. So I gotta say, seeing you all and from such different ages, I can see some of you are a little bit older, but then we've got the younger ones from GSV. It just makes my heart beat a little bit faster when I see you thinking about the future in these ways. So let's talk a little bit about prizes, Jorge.
Yes.
What are these teams walking away with?
Well, they all get at least 500 euros. So they every team receives 500 euros.
For sure.
For sure.
But there is one who's going to get just a little bit more.
Oh.
Because the jury declared them the winner.
Yes.
I believe, I'm just going to check my notes because I really don't want to get this one wrong. The winner is getting an extra 500 on top, is correct. So the winning team, one of you, is going to walk away with 1,000. All of you, the others, will walk away from 500. And of course, we hope that you will spend that in good ways, maybe to continue with your project. But if you decide to have a really good team meeting that involves some lovely food and maybe some fizzy beverages, then that's also really important to moving your project forward.
And maybe celebrate with your classmates.
Exactly. So
I would do that.
That money is for you because we truly value that. Yeah, loving the reactions on screen. You are no less important than the adults in Odyssey Momentum. So, Rutger, shall we review? Let me ask the folks, and give me a thumbs up or give me a thumbs down. Do you care who wins, or are you happy to just say, no, 500 is enough? And I see one thumb up saying, yes, I care who wins, for sure. Yes, okay. They are awake, they can hear me, and no, Madeline, it wasn't you. Yes, it was you, Madeline. No, you're fine. So here's how we're going to do this. We don't have a challenge lead, so I'm going to give a drum roll. And Mr. Van Zoudam is going to announce the winning team. Are you ready? You do know who the winning team is, right?
Yes.
You want to check just to make sure?
Yeah.
I've got this wrong in my life before as well.
No.
Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
But
I'm going to do something that has not been agreed with Stefan, so he's going to kick my ass.
You're going to screw my plan, aren't you?
Yes. All teams get 1,000 euros.
Sorry that again. Your audio might. By the look on the faces, nobody heard that.
Yeah. All teams get 1,000 euros. Yeah, I think you're all winners, guys. So each team gets 1,000 euros. Congratulations.
Wow. Cool. And I'm going to add in. Hold that thought.
Wow, this is great, guys. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Hold that thought for a moment, because I just want to remind the folks on camera who may not have been watching yesterday that actually one of these teams was so good, this is the second prize they've won. Because,
yes.
And we've got a slide for this. Yesterday we did the finale for the Ecosystem Award. And that was not decided by a judge or a jury or a panel. It was decided by all of the people within Momentum. And if I remember rightly, and I think the slide is up, that was Team Lifesavers, right? So yesterday, I'm trying to remember, you got 1,500 euros and you just walked away with another 1,000 on top. So
yeah.
Double congratulations there. I got a little bit of time left over, so Rutger, I don't want to give you the last word.
Well, yeah, I have.
No, I'm not going to give you the last
no.
word. I'm going to give that to the youngsters.
Yeah, but I
you
also
can
have
get
a
yours
message
in now.
from Cesar, the track mayor.
Oh,
So we're missing one guy here who has been with you the whole weekend, Cesar Trijselaar, who has done very well, I think, because at least I hope you agree with me. Otherwise,
that would be awkward.
Yeah, it would be really weird. But knowing Cesar, he did great. And as I see what you all have been doing this weekend, that must be the case. So I wanna. He sent me a note because due to his schedule today, he couldn't be in the call. So I'm going to read what he sent to me to give to you.
And it's a lot of text, so we're going to send it on as well, right?
Yeah, sure.
Great.
I had the pleasure of being track mayor, this is Cesar Trijselaar, of what I consider to be the most thank you, Nick, important track in this year's hackathon, Generation Now. In this track, 4 teams in the age of 8 to 18 worked on the same challenges that the adult teams were working on. What makes that so special is because all teams are working on solutions to make the future smarter and better. And that specific future is even more the future of this generation now, so having to work on these solutions together is quite special on itself. It was exciting because it was also experimenting, and we couldn't predict how Generation Now was going to work on these solutions by themselves, but also how adult teams and Generation Now were going to interact, and if adult teams could find the time to connect without losing their own flow and process. But from the start, at the Getting Ready sessions, teams were eager to connect, mostly in response to Kess's contribution that stole the team's hearts at the Getting Ready, I can remember. And we saw that happening during the hackathon, and we saw some great interaction between all the teams and the Jedis. Adult teams were genuinely interested in the collaboration with Generation Now, and that was exciting to see that happening. But what stands out the most is the level of the Generation Now teams. That's you guys. There was a great diversity in the Generation Now teams, with a younger team from GSV that have been working on the Conscious City track of the City of The Hague, working on a beach robot, to some older teams like 16s and the Senate that can easily compete with the adult teams, having built actual prototypes and business models. And the jury followed their progress closely and decided to judge the teams the same as they would judge the adult teams, and to do justice to the hard work and impressive achievements of Generation Now. And they were also very impressed with the achievements of the lifesavers. The jury was impressed by the mature way of communicating and articulating, especially with regards to their age. The result, this demo of their solution, was an example in team effort, so big thumbs up. All the teams can be proud of what they have achieved during the hackathon, and I'm looking forward to expanding and improving the Generation Now track next year and to be part of that journey again. Thank you, Cesar.
Wow, that's a lot of words. And I've known Cesar for a couple of years. He's not somebody who gives out praise or credit easily,
nope.
or where it isn't deserved. So for him to say that, and with so many words, means that he really does believe that. I think you can be really proud of yourselves. There's something that we can't forget, and that is, as you know, because I know you were all tuned into the live stream over the weekend, there was an award that was being created by you and your peers, the Ecosystem Award, Momentum Award, and that's a piece of digital art that, if I go something like that, should be coming on screen now.
Yeah. And you will all get one. This is just an example.
This is, because Rutger screwed with the process, and that's absolutely fine. Upgrades are always welcome. So I don't know how much you picked up over the weekend, but this is a truly unique piece of art, digital. It consists of 2,940 small blocks, which were the minutes in the hackathon. It consists of, I don't know how many, but all of the wows that your teams gave each other, and all of the ecosystem joins, so all the handshakes and offers of help, combined together, plotted over time. It's hugely complicated. I have no idea how the tech guys think about this stuff. It creates a genuine, unique piece of art that's digital. That gets signed and stamped as the original. There is only one, and put on the blockchain. And then you can view that on the internet on, is it Coinbase? Coinranking?
Coinranking.com. I will send it to them.
We'll send it to you, of course. But obviously we couldn't put that online last night because we didn't know who the winning team was. So what we're going to do is blend all of your team names into that. That gets put online. And then what happens is you get sent, and I think we call it the key or the token, or I don't know, it's nerdy stuff. I don't understand. But that gets sent to you so that you can prove that you own a part of that digital thing forever. It's cool. It's cool.
It's awesome. Yeah, I'm so happy that you all wanted to be part of this. It is a real honor for us, and hope to see you, your friends, classmates, whoever, back in the next edition.
And I'm 1 minute over time, but if you can break the rules, so can I. I think I saw the team from GSV, Groningen Schoolvereniging, change computers. Did I see that right? Are you on a different device now? So I'm going to try something. Can you unmute yourself?
Yes.
Yeah.
We hear you. I think because you should have got the first words, and you didn't, but you did really good with your thumbs up and your shakes. I think we're going to give you the last words to tell us whatever you like in the next 30 seconds. Okay.
How was your weekend? How was your weekend?
It was fine. It was
super cool.
Good, it was fine. Nice.
And you said you'd consider maybe doing this again next year. You put your thumbs up, but that's easy. I want to hear it loud and proud. Would you do this, and would you recommend it to your friends?
yes.
Ah, nice. Thank you.
Fabulous. Thank you all so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. The tech team is also waving. They're having a great time with you as well. This is the end of the finale for Odyssey Momentum Generation Now, where all teams
Big applause for
got
your
their head prize. Give
Great.
yourselves an applause, and for your teammates and for your competing teammates as well. You've done a great job. I have to cut the live stream now. We will record. This has been recorded. We will make sure this is online, so you get your 5 minutes of fame, and you guys can cut the camera. And after that, we will be back shortly to talk about the track
Inclusive
safety communities.
3 minutes.
3 minutes. Thank you so much, folks. Great to see you.